Philip is joining us, I think, from Cambridge, England.
That's correct, Dennis.
He's staying up late to talk to us.
It's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate it.
Welcome. I believe you can just grab the screen and take it away.
Fantastic. Just want to double check. Is that good? Can everybody see that?
Yes, it's still you still have the decks on the side, but most of the screen is your presentation.
Great. I'm going to do it this way. We'll make it a little bit more informal so I can see what's coming next. Good afternoon, everybody. I believe it's afternoon there. It's a little bit past 9 p.m. where I am in the UK, and I am thrilled to be here. Thank you, Dennis, for the introduction. My name is Philip Winter, and I am one of the co-founders of Nebia. We started Nebia 8 years ago with a vision to create a water-efficient showering experience that is zero compromise. For the most part, people are keen to save water, as you all know. However, the last place they're willing to save is in their precious shower rituals. And we understand why, as most water-efficient showers are a pretty crummy experience. You can all probably attest to this. Our mission, holistically as a company, is to build innovative products that people love to use and that are better for the planet by the way that they use resources, by the way that they're designed and developed. And to address this concern with water-efficient, low-flow technology in the showers, we started from a completely different approach, producing the feeling of more water through a technology called atomization, which produces millions of much smaller droplets, creating about 10 times more surface area of water. And the result of that is a full and enveloping sensation with more than enough pressure to feel powerful and rinse thick hair. This in turn produces a water savings upwards of 50%. To date, our customers have saved over 320 million gallons of water, and our products are approaching being installed in 100,000 homes. And we're just getting started. Before I jump into the meat of my presentation, I wanted to just share a few additional points of context of how and why we got into building water efficient shower technology. It started in 2014, and it was really to address a pressing concern and need that one of my co-founders, Carlos, who's pictured in the middle, had. He was the CEO of a large chain of health clubs in Mexico City, which at 8,000 feet of elevation has limited natural sources of water, and it was his highest variable cost. So he worked with his octogenarian father, Emilio, who's pictured on the right, a retired engineer and tinkerer, to come up with some sort of solution. And through a few years of iterating and testing in the gyms, prototypes were born. We teamed up and moved the company to the Bay Area in 2014 at the height of the past drought, and met our third co-founder, Gabe, who's pictured in the middle, working through a technical problem. He's a thermofluids engineer who was working at Apple at the time and helped us take the technology to the next level. At first, our vision was to develop a very inexpensive product for the developing world, places where water scarcity and sanitation are pressing issues, via a nonprofit model. I had previously worked on a similar nonprofit using composting toilets. However, we quickly realized that perhaps a bigger opportunity was to start with a product that people desire and create a brand centered around design and innovation and function. This was 2013 after all, and the smart home movement, Nest, the thermostat company, Tesla, were just taking off. So that was our model to follow. Start with a high-end version, refine the technology, reduce the cost, increase the scale, and through that, create more impact over time. Now, in 2021, we've launched 4 iterations of our shower systems, and we've partnered with a global leader in plumbing, Moen, to advance the water savings much bigger market. And in that time, we've been able to reduce the cost of our core technology, which is the nozzles, from $40 per unit to $1 per unit. And we've expanded into a dozen of other products in similar categories. We've been very fortunate to to have raised across 4 different Kickstarter campaigns, $9 million in pre-orders and funding. And we've also received the backing of a phenomenal list of investors, including the Schmidt Family Foundation, Tim Cook, Y Combinator, Jed York, and Stanford University's StartX Fund. Before getting into the meat of what I want to discuss, Dennis alluded to a very exciting announcement. Sustainable Silicon Valley and Nebia are teaming up to help address residential water conservation efforts. Through the generous donation of philanthropists, we'll be donating thousands of shower heads with the potential to save hundreds of millions of gallons of water. We're currently in discussion with several water utilities for the initial rollout, and our plan is to track the water savings and expand the program to more regions, create case studies, and leverage the interest that philanthropists and the investor community has to do something about the drought, but they just aren't finding enough opportunities. If you're interested in learning more about this drought attack plan, as we're calling it, or in participating, please reach out to me, reach out to Dennis directly. And now for the main subject. And before I jump in, I'd like to credit my co-founder, Gabe, who led this research and synthesis and wrote the majority of this. Why we make water-saving showers. We deeply believe that by making products our customers love, we can fast track getting water-saving technologies to market quicker than regulators or the industry would do so on their own. And we only have to look at the last 20 or 30 years of at-home residential water use, particularly in the bathroom and the shower, to evidence that. Our process is to make more enjoyable products with higher water efficiency by innovating on nozzle technologies that haven't ever been used before in showers, and then consistently iterating to improve the performance and lower the costs. Part of our mission is to save water. But we also want to make it the habit of conserving a delight. And if we achieve this by making more efficient products that people love, the second order effects stretch beyond water savings for both the individual and collectively for the planet. For individuals, the second order effects of installing a Nebia or a water efficient shower is instilling a habit of passively saving versus needing to actively save resources. In other words, if individuals are deliberate about their purchases and their environments, their sort of local environments, they can make the choice to save water just once and therefore make it a habit instead of relying on willpower every day. The individual impact, or making savings automatic, this idea of passively saving versus actively saving. I mentioned the idea of our environments, our local environments. Despite our best intentions, when everything around us is geared towards resource consumption, which it is in our society, then we will end up consuming more resources. If it's easier to buy a bottle of water than fill ours up, we'll buy it. If it's easier to throw away food waste instead of composting, we'll trash it. If showers flow at 2.5 gallons per minute, we will use 2.5 gallons of water every minute we shower, and on average, 20 gallons of water per shower. If we have to make the choice every day to conserve resources, our willpower will diminish and our motivations will falter. The research shows that it's much more effective to change our local environments to support these goals. We may rush through our shower, consciously trying to save water, but when we're tired or stressed or need a break from the world, it becomes much harder to consciously conserve. We'll go back to long showers, we'll throw away food scraps, we'll use plastic bottles. Willpower has its limits, and sometimes conserving loses out, and that is okay. It's better to be imperfect environmentalists than to not try at all. This is how we approach talking to consumers, creating consumer experiences, creating products, marketing to consumers, and trying to create content that will help them view conservation not as a task or a chore, but it's something that they can delight in. And our goal is really to make a shower that people first and foremost love to use. And obviously it uses less water, so that it's a decision that people make one time, and that decision stays forever, and it pays dividends every single time that they shower. To put some numbers around this, one choice and a 15-minute installation, really without the help of a plumber, a consumer can do it on their own, could save 8 gallons of water and almost 1 kilowatt hour in the very first day. That's enough power to charge 130 phones. In the first year, that's equal to almost 3,000 gallons of water and 236 kilowatt hours. That one decision to install a water efficient shower over the course of 5 years could save a family of 4 over 50,000 gallons of water, slightly over 4,000 kilowatts of energy, which is the equivalent of almost half a year's worth of household water and power. So while showers have been kind of left as an afterthought with residential water conservation, and other appliances have really caught on, this is one of the areas where there's still a ton of opportunity, and the technology and the user experience exists. The collective impact, a cascading change for fast tracking water savings technologies. Look, in the future, humans will have to shower with less water than we do now. It is a necessity. Globally, our freshwater resources are finite and our population will continue to grow. From 1996 to 2016, US home water consumption decreased by 22%. In that same period, shower efficiency only improved 4%. The lion's share of that saving came from toilets and dishwashers. If we improved just 2% per year versus 0.25% per year, which was what we did with showers in that period of time, so increase it to 2% per year, we could save 4 billion gallons of water across the US. To use California as a more tangible example of the opportunity for water and energy savings in showers alone, approximately 20% of the statewide electricity use and 30% of business and home use of natural gas goes to pumping and treating and heating water. That means that 14% of the energy used for water is used on showers. That's a really big opportunity that I don't think gets enough credit. The reason we wake up every day with the goal of making a better shower is not because we love showers, although we really do at this point, but because making a better shower can have a meaningful impact for consumers and the world collectively. It allows the imperfect environmentalist in all of us, or the shower enthusiast in some of us, to make one choice and automatically save water every single day. We can't do this alone, and we are encouraging everyone in our industry to design for the future rather than lobby or hold on to the past, as some of our competitors have done over the years. With that, I'll conclude and just say, saving water is at the core of what we do in Nebia, and not just because water is important, but because the cascading effects of saving water around the world are much bigger. I've talked a lot about showers. I will pause and open it up to Q&A. As a company, I would just like to mention that we see the issue of water conservation as much bigger. And while we're focused on showers right now, because we're still a small company based in San Francisco, our hope is that we just inspire a whole generation of people to see in-home water conservation as an area for a tremendous amount of innovation. If we're going to make any dent at all, it's going to take a wide range of at-home appliances and obviously agriculture to come alongside. But from a consumer standpoint, there really aren't that many tangible decisions that we can make every single day to save water. We can change how we consume food, what we buy, but in terms of every day seeing the water savings, this is one of those few places. And so we think we have a unique opportunity to connect with consumers and tell a story and get them really emotionally invested in this cause without feeling like they're sacrificing. So we're incredibly excited to have the opportunity to present today. Thank you, Dennis. We're super excited about the partnership and the rollout. We hope that some folks listening will reach out to us and express an interest to participate. Thank you very much. Dennis, I think you're on mute still.
I I did. I have a double mute system, so thanks for pointing that out. Flashing lights apparently don't do it for me. We do have time for one question, which I think is tease things up pretty well for you, and that's from Zarna Hart, who asks, "Do you see Nebia expanding to other areas of the home?"
We do, absolutely. Water savings is the core of what we do as a business, and all of our R&D and technology is around water savings. We have plans to make other products in the bathroom specifically that save water, probably through different technologies than atomization. And those will start to come to life at the end of next year. And as a company, we're also expanding into other bathroom products, all with an eye for sustainability. As a brief example, we make a shower curtain that uses recycled plastic bottles. We make shelves that are made out of entirely out of aluminum, and this has so far saved about 150,000 pounds of plastic. We are making a new line of products that use both recycled and reclaimed cotton, and much more.
Well, great, Philip. Thanks for staying up late and updating on this. And I definitely look forward to the project ahead with the Quattro rain shower and other adventures, and certainly keeping people abreast of those other products that you talked about, from some of them from unlikely sources.